Hey, so this will be my last for now conversation on our education. And I believe that Matiangi's this is not Matiangi's problem, by the way. I've noticed he has gone to school. He's done. He has got a job. And then he's got his place in history. Our entire job is not just KCPE, KCSE. We have to interrogate our university system. I went to the University of Nairobi, okay? I also went back to the University of Nairobi and walked out. So let me tell you what confuses me and why Wallace Kantai is so right. You've got to find him on Facebook, and I'll give you the link, where he says, and I quote, "The university system in Kenya is broken." Now there'll be a riot. What world-altering legal thought has come from the Kenyan Academy? Where are our political scientists as we contest the Kenyan political space and seek to create a better country? Where are our sports scientists to help our athletes? I mean, he asks valid questions. But once again, you must remember, the university system, more than anything else in this country, is the last vestige of my ego. Okay? In primary school, children are required to do this rote learning, and then regurgitate it. In high school, once again, your opinion is not required here. We are going to tell you what to do. We're going to cram it. We're going to get you past papers. And then your job is to regurgitate that thing again. Okay? Thinking and your thoughts are not welcome here. At the university level, it's even worse. Okay? These professors and dons, Doctor Who, what the other, he's not really interested in what you might be thinking. No. Once again, he will set an exam, he will set a CAT, where you will validate him. By once again regurgitating everything he has said to you. He is the end-all be-all. Now, we live in a world where, whether you like it or not, as a teacher in primary school, in high school, or even at the university level, you are not the final custodian of knowledge. Let me say that again. We live in a world where you are not the final custodian of knowledge. And I like the fact that you're fighting to remain relevant. But the only way you can be is to improve and evolve. When I registered for my master's at the University of Nairobi, before walking out, two things made me realize I was in the wrong place. And I could never say anything before because, oh my God, the nonsense that would erupt away. One, somebody asked me, I can give you my notes. Sorry? Which means you don't need to go to class. But when I asked this person, when did you do your MBA? Or about 7-8 years ago, which means you actually know that nothing has changed. If I take your notes and I read them at home, I can get my MBA and nobody will know better. Okay? That was number one. That was worrying. Number two was a class on technology. This is in the first semester. This guy is teaching about LAN network. LAN? I remember I went to ask for an exemption because when I looked at the size of the network I was running, okay, at what I do for a living, where I must merge our commercial breaks with our music, and I must also find a way to make sure that the talk breaks all come together to build 60 minutes, which is an hour. You're sitting here talking about LAN? Who are you? What world do you live in? And this is just RCS. This is not medicine. This is not, no. This is just broadcasting. I was told no. Because obviously the person I was asking to give me an exemption because you're not helping my life at all has never heard of RCS, has never heard of radio computing systems, which now is Zeta, which is literally the gold brand of RCS. I mean, LAN. You want me to sit in class and learn LAN? Oh, okay. And then I remember a case study on, it wasn't marketing because marketing was done by Mary Kimonya, somebody else. And we were doing this redundant piece on Nokia. I was like, okay, I'm out of here. Because clearly somebody did not take the time to upgrade the case studies in question. I mean, every time I talk to somebody, I'm like, a case study you need to look at? Lego, Pixar. I mean, of our time. And they are available, they don't cost much. And even if they did, you can't put a value on great knowledge, okay? I walked, I never said anything. So I remember a couple of years ago, probably 2 years ago, I got a call from the university saying, you haven't finished, we're going to discontinue you. I said, you should, because I discontinued you. I did. I left. I went elsewhere. I went to seek knowledge where it was, where I was allowed to ask a question, where I could actually see the future extrapolated 3 years forward. Our university education system is broken. And Matiangi's war will be the fact that there are people. You know, you guys think politicians are the ones who hold on like this. Hakuna malini naenda. Wait until you meet our public university dons. They are a law and a power unto themselves. But when you look at these guys, not many of them, and I'm saying it, get mad if you want to. In fact, don't just get mad and then get serious. Nothing has changed. And nothing changes until something changes, guys. Nothing. And you can't consistently scream about there not being a need for change because it threatens your little hanging on to a throne that literally is falling apart. And that is the problem. Read Wallace Contai, because what I love about him is that if you like life served with a little side dish of BS, he doesn't have that offering. But he makes me literally say, yay, we need to. I just need to wrap up by saying this, because this is real. A couple of years ago, I was asked by Moore University to speak to their faculty of journalism. I didn't realize it's a standalone faculty, because at the University of Nairobi, I think it's a school, which is what it should be, because journalism is a discipline you take, but you add on to another profession. In itself, it doesn't stand as a unit. And I've always said, I hope you're inviting me as a media practitioner and a broadcaster, because I'm not a journalist. Never been, never questioned it. Never even wanted to get the label of something I don't own, okay? There are people, my ME at the start, Charles Kirich is a journalist. Journalism is a profession, by the way. You can't have random people going around saying they're lawyers and they haven't studied the art. I did not study journalism. I did economics, I did maths, and I've studied everything in between, but I'm a broadcaster, I'm a media practitioner, I'm not a journalist. And I remember telling the university, Moore University, and I remember I had my flight go in, out, because I knew what I was going to say was not going to be funny. I said, let me tell you something, if you guys don't interrogate the curriculum as it stands right now, you will churn out people in 4 years who are obsolete. Nothing that is taught today makes sense. In a world where news is told in 140 characters, in a world where it doesn't matter what you say to an individual, they don't seek the news comes to them. You need to ask yourself, what is the role that journalist plays? And I've said this before, the art today of the industry I used to be in is to interrogate the news. Tell me what it means to me. Don't tell me it happened. I know. Tell me what it means to me. Interrogate it. Do what the Washington Post is doing without necessarily calling it lies, and interrogate the facts that are being spewed out by Donald Trump and then saying why and what for. If you can't tell me what the news means to me, you don't serve a purpose. Because here's the thing. Chances are I know the news before the newsroom does. And so does my gardener, and so does my driver, and so does my housekeeper, and very many other people. But if we don't interrogate the university system, I'll go back to what William Ruto said, tuko na shida. Tuko na shida. And then we want to create entrepreneurs. Opening new shops does not make us entrepreneurs. I don't know, starting another garage, I don't know. No, entrepreneurs create something where nothing was before. They fix problems. Another salon does not an entrepreneur make. It makes you a business person. It makes you self-employed. Understood? Good. I know we're going to have a moment, but that's why you come here, isn't it?